Alright guys, so if you care about Call of Duty, this is a very important video to watch. I know it's a big deal for a ton of people that this campaign might not actually be what it was meant to be. Everyone on my recent video talking about what was happening recently with a whole mission being cut from the campaign. Everyone in the comment section is pretty much saying, you know what, I'm gonna hold off on my pre-order. I'm gonna wait to see exactly what they do because this is just getting out of hand. And I do understand that point, but Call of Duty here may have actually been saved partially. So let's go through. This is a huge update as to what's going on. So Infinity Ward actually responded. Taylor, one of the directors at Infinity Ward, actually responded to a bunch of the censorship rumors that have been going around. The Kotaku article that broke the stuff yesterday regarding the stuff being cut from the game, and pretty much responding to a bunch of people's tweets regarding what is going on here with this campaign, what are they doing to the campaign, and what exactly is going on. So again, definitely, I don't want you guys to hold off on your opinions for now. Let me bring you guys all of the facts, what exactly they're doing, and what exactly the situation is before you guys go off in the comment section or voice your opinions. Just definitely listen to this first and see what's going on here. So the first tweet is from a random guy. Bro, he's adding Taylor obviously at Infinity Ward. Bro, I've been a COD fan since COD first game release in 2003. It's been a big part of my childhood. Please do not censor the campaign. This is coming from a COD fan that has not played any Battlefield game, never, because I'm a hardcore fan. Please don't censor, please. And Taylor responds, we never would. Those are rumors, not true. But the Kotaku article that released yesterday or a couple of days ago, it's not fake information, it's not rumors. They did cut that piece of the campaign out of the game. They did say it was too disturbing. These YouTubers and journalists that did, see these missions early, voice their opinions, and we're not exactly sure why they cut the campaign. So it's a little weird. Why is Taylor saying, no, we wouldn't, those are rumors, not true, when they clearly did? So is he saying that the Kotaku article is incorrect? Well, here's the thing. They're both correct. The Kotaku article is accurate in that they're cutting the campaign, part of it because of the certain missions and that one quote we talked about yesterday, and also they're not being censored. So you guys are probably wondering, how are they both correct? Here's another tweet that he responded to that actually explains what is going on here. So someone responded to Charlie Intel's tweet about them saying Infinity Ward is still deciding how disturbing they want to make their campaign, apparently removing some aspects to tone some parts down. So someone says, this news isn't what we wanted to hear. Can we get an explanation? Was excited to play what you guys create. So Taylor responds, now this is the tweet that really explains it all as to what's going on here, and this is why they're both correct. So Taylor says, this isn't a thing. Every medium, film, TV, games, art iterates as they go. They make the final product better. All we are doing is refining our vision. So let's get into the specifics as to what he's saying, because honestly, it's almost, okay, I don't want to put words in his mouth, and I don't want to say that he's being influenced by anyone, but let me tell you guys straight up how it is. So, for one, his earlier tweet where he said those are rumors, not true, he's pretty much saying that, okay, there is no outside third party censoring us. So usually censorship is when some outside third party like the government or someone else is forcing you to censor your medium. In this case, no one is forcing Infinity Ward. The journalists aren't forcing Infinity Ward to censor their game. The government isn't forcing them to censor their game, to cut parts of the mission out. Specifically, there isn't actual, censorship going on in this game, but it's almost like they're self-censoring themselves, because Taylor explains it as, no, we're not being censored, we're just making our final product better. But what does that mean? We're just refining our vision. So what does that mean though? So he's pretty much saying us, cutting that part of the mission out, cutting that quote out, is just us, refining the mission, making the final product better. But what do you mean by better? What was the reason for them in the development studio to cut that mission out? everyone could point at the fact that the mission was too disturbing is the reason why they're cutting it out. And that is a proven fact that was leaked from the Kotaku article. Obviously, the journalists are saying this is all disturbing. Now, obviously, it's probably disturbing, but we think it should still be in the game. But the journalists are saying it's disturbing. People that are playing it are saying it's disturbing. And Infinity Ward, they're taking it out of the game. They're self-censoring, and their explanation is not that, oh, we're not taking it out of the game because, of censorship. We're just taking it out of the game because, we're making our final product better. And again, I do think, unfortunately, that for one, okay, let me start off with the positive with this. For one, no one's forcing them to do this, so that is a good thing. But for the second point here, it's a huge deal because they're definitely being influenced by an outside source. I don't know if it's still the journalists. I don't know if they're being influenced by Activision. I don't know if they're being influenced by the potential public outcry as to what they might see with, people reacting to how harsh the campaign is, but that is still the reason why. They're just giving sort of a cover-up as to, the reason why they're cutting different parts of the mission. It's not them. It's not the fact that it's too harsh, it's too disturbing. It's that they're refining their product. But again, like I said, is their thought process that, if we remove the disturbing, realistic parts of their campaign, if we remove, all of this insane stuff that's going on here. Now, obviously, I don't think, we should be glorifying this stuff, but they're making a realistic campaign about war for a reason, so they should leave that stuff in the campaign. And if they're removing that stuff and their explanation is that they're refining their vision, maybe, they're actually refining their vision. Maybe they're actually removing that stuff because they think, okay, you know what? To actually tell our story the way we want to tell it, we do not want this mission in the game because it distracts players from what story we're trying to tell. It distracts players from the main point of our story, and it distracts players from what's actually going on and what they should be worried about. And maybe it's just, that disturbing mission was just too disturbing for no reason. And honestly, even at E3, they talked about a bunch of different times that they're not making these disturbing scenes for no reason. They're making them, everything is meant in the game for a reason. They're not just making it so like, oh, you guys get to shoot some civilians, you guys get to, do this, and, obviously it's going to be such a crazy thing. You're going to, all this insane violence and stuff that you see, little kids dying and stuff. They're not doing that for a reason. They're doing that because it's a real depiction as to what happens in war, and they want to depict war as real as possible. But now it looks like they're walking back on their decision, but they're saying it in a way that makes it seem like they're not. You know what I mean? I honestly, I don't, man, it sucks. It sucks because for a second, I was like, wait a second, he's disproving everyone, what everyone's saying. The game's not being censored, but like I said again, it's self-censorship. It's just censorship, but they're making the decision as to what is going on in this game. And I don't know, it's not the same. It's not the same as actually keeping the disturbing parts in the game and making the game they intended to make. I really don't think that they're removing these missions for no reason. I do think it's because of the outside influence from the journalists, because of the potential outcry, because of everyone saying how disturbing it is, and they're just like, you know what, let's just get rid of this stuff. So again, here's the final point. I don't think you guys should, cancel your pre-orders or, say it's going to be a terrible game, because this doesn't necessarily mean that the game is going to be bad, it's going to be terrible, it's going to be dead. This does mean, though, that the pressure is getting to them, and I don't like the fact that it seems like they're not really being genuine. I understand, maybe they actually think that these missions aren't going to play a huge part and they have nothing to do with the storyline of this game, and maybe if that's actually the case, then fine, remove those missions, remove those things. You're making the final product better, you want to refine your campaign. That makes sense. I'm not saying his point doesn't make sense. I'm saying I don't think he actually believes in that point. I think the reason for him refining our vision is not because of, they want to make the story better. I think it's because of, what, people think it's already disturbing. You know what, there's no point in keeping it in the game anyway. I think that's the reason why, and that sucks. That definitely sucks. And we're really back at square one here with the campaign being censored. So it's almost like it's being censored. Again, self-censorship. That's pretty much all it is here. So I don't know. Hopefully, again, we'll see. It's just an update here as to what's going on. I really don't know. I really don't know what to say. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this situation here? It's really not a positive. Overall, I feel like I don't know what my title is going to be. My title seems positive, but like it's really not positive because, you know, it's the same thing as before. And obviously, I can't prove, no one can prove that anyone's influencing them to do and make these decisions. No one could prove that the journalists are forcing them to do this, but it's clearly obvious that that is the reason why they're removing these disturbing parts of the campaign from the game. It's pretty damn obvious that that's the case. So I don't think it's just because they're making their game better and they're making the storyline better. I think it's definitely because of that. So that fact alone just sucks. I don't know. We'll see what happens with this final game. Again, I'm still hyped. Obviously, this is just you know, it's a little blow to the campaign. Campaign still probably could be a solid campaign. It just sucks that they're doing this to the game. It sucks that they're getting to the pressure and they're feeling the pressure and they're just not doing their own thing and they're, you know, making decisions based off of that. And again, I can't prove that for sure, but it's most likely what's going on here. So, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. See you guys later.